Dear Diary, today I feel very sad and I want to eat everything.
The problem is that we are not eating food anymore. We are eating food like products. And they are adorned. They are made to look better and smell better so that people are attracted to them.
It's not your fault. You're programmed to put on fat whenever there is food available. But now there's a lot of food available, but it's the wrong kind.
Sugar is in everything. In America, we're eating about 22 teaspoons of sugar a day.
Even the milk hasn't escaped. So, let me just show you. One kid, just the 5 years of elementary school, sugar, just from milk.
You might as well be rolling up the kid's sleeve and putting in heroin, because it's the same.
The marketing essentially lies to you because it presents you with the promise you're going to be sexy and popular and cool, but in reality, you're going to be obese and miserable and sick.
Nothing else does it in your brain quite like a Diet Cola. And that's because there's a deadly combination there of aspartame and caffeine.
I think most people believe the FDA actually has their own scientists that do this analysis, but nothing could be further from the truth.
If I was in the food industry, what am I looking to do? I want to sell you more food. They're into just selling and marketing.
You can lose weight on a diet, but it's a little bit like borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. I mean, you can get 10 pounds off your body through sheer force, but you're going to have to pay back with interest.
People know this, so why are highly intelligent people not stopping? Because they don't know the nature of the trap.
The whole dieting paradigm is flawed.
I was 31 when I realized I don't know how to take care of myself and I am sick. So I had to go back and learn all the things that I wish I had known as a child.
I tried everything. I did witch doctors, I did mud baths, acupuncture, I did the lot. The one thing which I was really afraid to face up to was changing what I put into my mouth.
I've never heard of a raw food restaurant. Raw food, how do you cook raw food? I thought vegan was a planet.
I was over 400 pounds, and I had very bad sleep apnea. I was borderline type 2 diabetic.
Cleansing and detoxification will make you lose weight, will make your eyes white, will make your skin glow.
If somebody's got beautiful skin, it invites us to a deeper understanding about what's going on inside their body.
What we're talking about is a real diet in the sense of what a species eats. When we get onto our real diet, we don't have to think about these things anymore.
What do you think the body's going to do? It's not going to reject this at all. It's going to look and say, now I'm on board. Now you're good to me, let me shine for you.
I think we're going to have some fun tonight. What do you think? Yeah. Okay. Are you hungry? Yes. Good. So, the ideal is the first time through is to take a taste of what looks appealing to you. The nice thing about tonight is that, to go to a restaurant and try to get a taste of every little thing here, you'd be a little bit different. The good thing is that this is what you can eat at home. You can eat as much as you want of it. You're going to get the recipes sent to you, and we're going to have fun. And so, basically, let's go through and let's talk about what each one is. So, who made this right here? Okay, and what is it?
It's the apple strawberry cobbler.
Apple strawberry cobbler. Yum. Okay, and what is this?
That's the chai pudding.
The chai pudding. Now, people have been asking me about organic coconut sugar. Okay, it's still sugar, but it's a better version than the white stuff you might get in a packet. Okay, so if you want to taste it, it's not going to kill you. Okay, I promise you that. Okay, but I looked at the ingredients already, and it's sugar, but it doesn't have anything else in it. It just has coconut nectar. Okay, so this is, and it's only 4 grams of sugar per teaspoon. So this would be lower on the glycemic index. It's still sugar, so you're trying to go sugar-free. This may or may not be your friend, but, sometimes give it a little taste, see if you like it or not. You know, it's here, so that's okay too. So, it's not overprocessed, okay? What is in this crock pot here?
Chili.
The chili. Rock and roll. And what's in this one here with the
Sweet potato.
sweet potatoes? Yum, 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 yum. What's in this one here?
Roasted vegetables.
Roasted vegetables. Yes. And what's in this one here?
That's roasted vegetables.
Nice. You can't eat your veggies. And then in here is sweet potatoes, right? Sweet potatoes, good. You guys, all this healthy stuff here. Okay, and what's in this? Sweet potatoes. Woo! With almonds on top. There you go. Now, are these sweet potatoes with the marshmallows and the brown sugar in them?
No.
Good, good. Just making sure. Quality control. And what is this?
Veggie lasagna.
Veggie lasagna. Again, make sure everybody gets a taste. Looks like we have more sweet potatoes?
Yes.
Yes. They're your friend. Assorted veggies here. Okay. Ooh, some guacamole. Broccoli salad. Make sure Leah doesn't eat all of this. Okay.
The second box is for me.
What are these right here? Sausage patties. Nice. And we have some assorted veggies here with some different types of hummus and myrrh and frankincense. Right?
These for the dips are on the table.
Okay, here's the dips here. Here's my contribution, is bacon, healthy bacon wrapped in a date. Okay, so take that, try that. It's sweet. I will warn you, it's sweet on the sweet side, but it should be enough for one for each person. Should be. We'll bless it. We'll multiply the food. Everybody will have more than enough, right? So we'll have 12 baskets left over. And then what is this right here?
Chili.
Chili. This is here. Mashed potatoes. Ooh, if you haven't tried those are special. And this is hummus with some peanut bread and some onions. And hummus in there. And veggies. Okay, so we all know what it is, right? So my guess is don't stand over for 15 minutes going, oh, look at all this in here. It's scoop and move. Scoop and move. Scoop and move, okay? This is the longest part of tonight, right? Scoop and move. We'll talk about it later, what it is. Yes?
I am a professional. I can demonstrate.
You can demonstrate? Okay. But take a taste a little bit. If we have enough, we will have more than enough. The Lord's going to bless and multiply it. And then I have a few slides, about 4 hours worth, on the fat diet. Has anybody bought the book on the fat diet? Crazy, huh? So we're going to talk about how fats. We're going to talk about how if your cells get constipated, okay, that's actually worse than the effects of sugar. And so the bad fats and how you were told back in the 70s, fat is bad. The world bought it and moved away from real fat into fake fat and what has been the results on society ever since. We'll go over that because some of you, I'll share their story. It's kind of gross, but I have a new son in my life right now. His name is Ruben. He lives in Bolivia. We adopted him, or what did we do? We sponsored him yesterday for Compassion International. And they're telling the story about these kids who really have no concept that, hey, that water's got sewage in it. You shouldn't play in it, right? They're like, they have no concept that that's bad in their country, right? And I started thinking, like I normally do, and I'm like, you know what? You can eat fat. What do you mean skim milk is not as good for me as whole milk? You have, over the last 20, 30 years, you've forgotten and you've lost most concepts on what it takes to be healthy. Does that make sense? So I really like this. So I don't blame anybody for saying, wow, this looks weird. I know it does because you haven't seen real food probably for 20 years maybe, right? You know? If it doesn't come out of a box, if it's not Stouffer's, what is it then, right? You know? So if you can't make it in a microwave, you cook on a stove? What, are you barbaric with pots and pans? What's wrong with you, right? What do you mean? I just microwave it, right? Now we laugh about that, but there's some people living out there that's their concept of cooking, right? Drive-through, fast food. They have no concept of how to chop up vegetables, right? You know? So I'm going to give a lot of grace, but I'm also going to teach about fat and that you need fat. Fat is your friend, okay? So let's bless the food and everybody can dig in. Lord, we thank you for today. We thank you for blessing this person here. Bless this food to nourish our bodies. Make us strong. Reverse sickness and disease and give us health abundantly. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Dear diary, today I feel very sad and I want to eat everything.
The problem is that we are not eating food anymore. We are eating food like products. And they are adorned. They are made to look better and smell better so that people are attracted to them.
It's not your fault. You're programmed to put on fat whenever there is food available. But now there's a lot of food available, but it's the wrong kind.
Sugar is in everything. In America, we're eating about 22 teaspoons of sugar a day.
Even the milk hasn't escaped. So, let me just show you. One kid, just the 5 years of elementary school, sugar, just from milk.
You might as well be rolling up the kid's sleeve and putting in heroin, because it's the same.
The marketing essentially lies to you because it presents you with the promise you're going to be sexy and popular and cool, but in reality, you're going to be obese and miserable and sick.
Nothing else does it in your brain quite like a Diet Cola. And that's because there's a deadly combination there of aspartame and caffeine.
I think most people believe the FDA actually has their own scientists that do this analysis, but that nothing could be further from the truth.
If I was in the food industry, what am I looking to do? I want to sell you more food. They're into just selling a market.
You can lose weight on a diet, but it's a little bit like borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. I mean, you can get 10 pounds off your body through sheer force, but you're going to have to pay back with interest.
People know this, so why are highly intelligent people not stopping? Because they don't know the nature of the trap.
The whole dieting paradigm is flawed.
I was 31 when I realized I don't know how to take care of myself and I am sick. So I had to go back and learn all the things that I wish I had known as a child.
I tried everything. I did witch doctors, I did mud baths, acupuncture, I did the lot. The one thing which I was really afraid to face up to was changing what I put into my mouth.
I never heard of a raw food restaurant. Raw food, how do you cook raw food? I thought vegan was a planet.
I was over 400 pounds, and I had very bad sleep apnea. I was borderline type 2 diabetic.
Cleansing and detoxification will make you lose weight, will make your eyes white, will make your skin glow.
If somebody's got beautiful skin, it invites us to a deeper understanding about what's going on inside their body.
What we're talking about is a real diet in the sense of what a species eats. When we get onto our real diet, we don't have to think about these things anymore.
What do you think the body's going to do? It's not going to reject this at all. It's going to look and say, now I'm on board. Now you're good to me, let me shine for you.
So if you're just joining us, raise your hand if you were at the makeover. Okay, good. Raise your hand if you weren't at the makeover. Okay, 50-50. So good. So this will be a good kind of, those of you who were not at the makeover, this is day 16, day 15 of a 30-day challenge. To where I told people if you followed the right map, you could lose 20 pounds in 30 days, or you could get really healthy in 30 days. Okay? If you've lost some weight already, raise your hand on the challenge. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Okay, so keep your hand up. Keep your hand up. If you've lost more than 5 pounds, keep your hand up. If you've lost more than 10 pounds so far, keep your hand up. All right. So Colleen, who's not even trying to lose weight, is losing it, right?
Right, but
We want to gain it. We want to get it exact months ago. So people have lost 5 to 10 pounds just in 2 weeks. Right? I talked to one lady today. She's lost 10 pounds following the plan. I don't know where Angie's at right now, but it works. So this is your first time here. Don't worry, you can still get caught up. We'll be doing this all year long. This is what you get as part of the practice. As your doctor, you don't have to hire a personal trainer. I'll work you out on Saturday, right? Right, Nick? How was that workout on Saturday, huh? Poor Nick walked in, had never met the guy, got shanghaied, was doing push-ups 5 minutes later back here, sweating and just and praying and all kinds of stuff, right? So I'm your personal trainer. I'm your nutritionist, right? Mrs. Arby, I just got certified in metabolic super duper nutrition stuff. That's what I'll call it, right? It's crazy stuff, right? So I'm your, you don't need to go to Weight Watchers necessarily, or Jenny Craig, or all that stuff, okay? You don't have to go somewhere and get wrapped in seaweed and detox your body. We'll show you how to detox your body. You know, we'll help coach you and give you affirmations and things like that. And we're also going to get your nerve system turned on. That's the kind of doctor that I am. So those of you I've just met for the first time, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. We've been in this office for the last 21 years, having fun, having a good time, seeing miracles. I mean, it's just amazing what goes on here. So now fat, right? The fat diet. When I first told people we're going to talk about fat, they go, "What'd you call me?" I'm like, I didn't call you fat. We're going to talk about fat because it's a misnomer, right? What happened here now? Hey, come on, give me some love. Give me some love here. Way on this. I just tried it a minute ago. Hang on. Talk amongst yourselves for a second. Go ahead and get a score. There you go. All right, we're back in. Okay. Oh, yeah. Wait, okay, go give me a scoop. Oh, wait, let me know when you're ready. So, and there's, how many essentials are there? 5. Okay, who can name them? Number 1 is what? Just read the script, right? Max mind. So how you think? Can you think yourself sick or can you think yourself healthy? One of the questions we just got brained into our brains was, look, stress isn't stress unless you think it is. If you think it's hard, then it's hard. If you think it's a piece of cake, doesn't matter what anybody else says, it's not. So stress can be deadly if you think it is, and stress can make you stronger if it makes you better, right? Whatever doesn't kill me will make me what? Stronger, exactly. Number 2 is your maximized nerve supply. Your brain-body connection is the very thing that runs everything. And I'll show you how important it is before we leave tonight. Food. Does what you eat matter? Yes. It uncongests your cells. It brings oxygen in, and disease cannot live in an oxygenated system. Do you know why nobody ever gets cancer of the heart? Because your heart is full of oxygen. Cancer can't live in an area that's full of oxygen, so that when we get you working out and you're huffing and puffing and breathing, yes, you're going to burn fat, yes, you're going to build muscle, yes, you're going to lose weight, but the chances of your body growing cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's goes down because it's getting flooded with oxygen. Isn't that cool, right? And the last thing is minimizing toxicities. Toxicities are what make your cells congested in the food you eat, in the cleaning products you use. Toxicity causes a lot of brain fog, weight loss resistant, a lot of reasons. If you lose 10 pounds and you get stuck, then we look at ways to detox your body on a cellular level. Everybody say cellular. Okay, we're not talking about blowing out your colon or anything like that. That's why I detox you, not to help unload your colon or your liver or your gallbladder, although there's times that happens, but we want to unload you on a cellular level because that's where all life and living happens, and on a cellular level.
Dear diary, today I feel very sad and I want to eat everything.
The problem is that we are not eating food anymore. We are eating food like products. And they are adorned. They are made to look better and smell better so that people are attracted to them.
It's not your fault. You're programmed to put on fat whenever there is food available. But now there's a lot of food available, but it's the wrong kind.
Sugar is in everything. In America, we're eating about 22 teaspoons of sugar a day.
Even the milk hasn't escaped. So, let me just show you. One kid, just the 5 years of elementary school, sugar, just from milk.
You might as well be rolling up the kid's sleeve and putting in heroin, because it's the same.
The marketing essentially lies to you because it presents you with the promise you're going to be sexy and popular and cool, but in reality, you're going to be obese and miserable and sick.
Nothing else does it in your brain quite like a Diet Cola. And that's because there's a deadly combination there of aspartame and caffeine.
I think most people believe the FDA actually has their own scientists that do this analysis, but nothing could be further from the truth.
If I was in the food industry, what am I looking to do? I want to sell you more food. They're into just selling a marketing.
You can lose weight on a diet, but it's a little bit like borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. I mean, you can get 10 pounds off your body through sheer force, but you're going to have to pay back with interest.
People know this, so why are highly intelligent people not stopping? Because they don't know the nature of the trap.
The whole dieting paradigm is flawed.
I was 31 when I realized I don't know how to take care of myself, and I am sick. So I had to go back and learn all the things that I wish I had known as a child.
I tried everything. I did witch doctors, I did mud baths, acupuncture, I did the lot. The one thing which I was really afraid to face up to was changing what I put into my mouth.
I've never heard of a raw food restaurant. Raw food, how do you cook raw food? I thought vegan was a planet.
I was over 400 pounds, and I had very bad sleep apnea. I was borderline type 2 diabetic.
Cleansing and detoxification will make you lose weight, will make your eyes white, will make your skin glow.
If somebody's got beautiful skin, it invites us to a deeper understanding about what's going on inside their body.
What we're talking about is a real diet in the sense of what a species eats. When we get onto our real diet, we don't have to think about these things anymore.
What do you think the body's going to do? It's not going to reject this at all. It's going to look and say, now I'm on board. Now you're good to me, let me shine for you.
Was the makeover fun or was it fun?
Yes.
It was a good time. We had laugh. Every Saturday we meet here at 8:30 in the morning, and it's 17 minutes of fun. It really is fun. I mean, people who have bad knees, bad arms, bad wrists, no matter if you don't think you can work out, you can work out, right?
Yes.
Ladies, I mean, I customize it for you. I say, here's the exercises. If you can't do that, then scale it down. We break it down. There's no excuse. You will get a workout in, right? Even if you break your toe, you'll get a workout in, right? Like if you can sit there, you can move your arms, you can exercise. We worked it out, right? And then we did a shop of the duck at Costco. We went shopping. If you want notes as far as how to shop through Costco, let Leah know, and we can email those to you. We can blast them out. I did post them on the Facebook page. Learn how to do that. This Facebook thing is not going to go away, folks. I'm sorry to tell you. It's probably going to stay around for a while, right? And then tonight's recipe night. Yay, we're doing that. Everybody who's part of the challenge is getting a video every day to watch, to walk you through the process. If you don't have this book yet, this is the book they're using. It has 28 days, 20 pounds in 30 days. And each day, like today, day 15, you had for breakfast cheesy eggs. Snacks, you had almonds. Lunch, you had chicken breast salad with olive oil and white balsamic vinegar. A snack, you had some celery sticks with hummus. Dinner's easy advanced chili plan. Your workout was upper body. And your mindset was spend 5 minutes picturing your big why. Is it getting more real to you? Are you on your way now achieving your vision up to the good, keep up the good work. So it walks you through that. And then the video, basically, I just read this to you and I show you the different options. Have the videos been helpful?
Yes.
Those you've watched them?
Yes.
Okay, good. If you haven't watched them, just say yes. They're there, okay? They're on the website. I've emailed them to you. They're on the Facebook page. It's all there. But if you haven't got this book yet, it's $25, or you can get 2 for $40. But it really has everything in here. Again, why is it called Cruise Ship or Nursing Home? Because society right now, unfortunately, is heading towards nursing home. But what you eat here and what we do here, the 5 Essentials, turns your life around and gets you headed towards a cruise ship. Or vacation, okay? All right, so that's where you want you to go, right? Good. And then basically what you're doing is you're building new friends, new culture, new community of friends. So, BMI, okay? What's BMI stand for? Body Mass Index. It's in your cruise ship book, okay? Now, has anybody checked their body mass index lately, like today? Okay, Scott, is yours going up or going down?
Yeah, it's kind of static right now.
Okay. So the thing is, though, if your body mass index is less than 25, that's good. If it's greater than 25, that means you're overweight. Okay, unless you're like me. Now mine's 26, so it's not a perfect plan for everybody, right? Okay, I need to get taller. I'm sorry, that's the problem. But if you're over 30, not good. Not good. It's like a crystal ball into where you're headed. We've got to get that down below because it means your body's making disease on the inside, and that's a simple way to know whether we're building health or not. Okay. So what's your number? Again, above 30 versus below 23. If you're above 30, then what research tells us is that you're 3 times more likely to die of coronary heart disease. Okay? Statistically. It's like there's a sign, right? Like there's another sign where you measure your waist, you measure your hips, and if your waist is larger than your hip measurement, that's a sign of coronary heart disease too. They just know that's just simple basic stuff. So if you're above 30, you're 2 times more likely to get colon cancer, 3 times more likely to get endometrial cancer, and 4 times likely to get osteoarthritis and gallbladder disease. That's what they're finding. Because think about it. The person whose BMI is over 30, what's their lifestyle like? How are they eating?
Crappy. Yeah.
They're eating food that's not their friend, and they may not know it, okay? I'm not going to pick on you guys. They're wrong! No, I'm not going to do that, okay? Do you think they're getting enough exercise? No. Why? Because they're busy taking care of everybody else. They're busy working. They're stressed out. Who has time to do that, right? That's one of the nice things about our exercise. It's only 6 to 12 minutes total. It doesn't take long. I mean, when we do the 12-minute workout, you're only in it for a total of 17 minutes. That's it, right? And some of you, if you do the 6-minute workout, it's even shorter. So it doesn't take long at all, right? But the reason why it's above is because it's not. Is it because your health insurance is poor that your BMI is higher than 30? No. Is it because you're lacking is it because your medicine cabinet is empty? No. Okay. So it's just because you're stressed out. You're working hard. You're trying to pay bills. You're trying to take care of everybody else, and unfortunately, your health is suffering because of it. And we want to get you healthy, but also give you more energy to be a mom or to be a dad. Okay? I understand that. And I understand, again, you may not have had a concept. You may not have been raised to understand it is possible to eat this way and get healthy. And so this is like a new land, a new foreign language to some of you. And I get that too. And it really opened my eyes because, like, what do you mean? To me, like, what do you mean? Broccoli versus candy bar. Duh. It's easy, right? Well, you don't have to wash the candy bar. It's very simple. But my point is that my heart really broke for the little boy, but also people going, okay, I get it. They just have not lived in a community where people talk like I'm talking. Does that make sense? And you walk in here and go, this is weird. Yeah.
Most of us live in the buffet your body part, the Paul said in the Bible.
Yeah.
Now we took it very literal.
Yeah, the buffet. Yeah. So that's the thing. So, I feel fine, Dr. Joe, but my BMI is above 30. Well, guess what? You may be a ticking time bomb. We got to get this thing down below 20, 25 as soon as possible. And so here's the 3 changes we focus on, okay? And again, if you didn't get one of these yet, don't worry. You guys cleaned us out at the makeover. Thank you very much, We had all this product, and I'm like, where'd it go? We even sold product we didn't even have. It was just a nightmare. But you guys I want it anyway. So if you didn't get your fish oils or your vitamin D, it's I think we've got it already. But we have a whole new shipment. It should be here Thursday. Pray. But here's the main thing we focus on. We want you to eliminate sugars. We want you to eliminate bad fats and replace with good fats. That's what tonight's all about. And replace conventional proteins with naturally raised and wild protein. We want you to eat meat the way it was designed to be raised to eat. Okay? And these recipes, a lot of these recipes are all in this amazing book. You can get it online or you can get it here when it gets here. If you want to get it tonight, we'll hold a copy for you. You got 10 on the way. Okay? So the low-fat myth. Again, back in the 70s, they sold us on this low-fat diet. Even I bought into it, right? Fat is bad. Fat will cause heart disease. Get off that butter. It'll kill you. Get off those eggs. Here, eat this margarine instead. Man can make better what God made in your body, And think about it. Who made our bodies? God. It's a biology question, not a religious question. God did made it a certain way, right? So, if I put this coconut sugar in my body, it knows what to do with it, right? But if I put a pink pack or yellow pack or blue pack in my body, it has no clue to do with it. It's not food. It's been made in the laboratory somewhere. It's Splenda, NutraSweet, aspartame. You know what I'm talking about? So when I put margarine in my body, it may look like butter, it may smell like butter, it may cook like butter, but it ain't butter. And what happens is my body then will refuse that and will cause a disease process or react in a negative way. So again, just look at the numbers. Look at what happened to our society, right? That butter and meat consumption dropped by approximately 50% during that time. Margarine consumption went up 300%. Heart disease rose dramatically, and obesity rate doubled between 1970 and 2007. You know why? We stopped eating food. We stopped eating food. The body couldn't recognize what you're putting in it, right? If I put water in Nick's gas tank, the dial may go to full, but is that engine going to recognize that water as the same as gasoline? No, it's not. And you're going to have huge effects, right? So that's what happened. But boy, we had it so brainwashed into our minds that low fat is still this day, people are nervous about drinking whole fat milk versus skim milk. They just they get nervous, like I'm breaking some cardinal rule or something, right? And again, when they took the fat out, you wouldn't eat it the way it is. So they had to spice it or lace it with sugar or artificial sweeteners or something so that at least it tasted like it used to, right? So you wanted to have the low fat but not lose the taste, okay? And so what they used is they created something called high fructose corn syrup, which is not natural, which is not from corn. It's made by man, and again, number one cause of diabetes, number one cause of sugar diseases in our body. Number one cause of poor grades in school, high fructose corn syrup. It's in soda pops, it's in everything, right? And so a low-fat diet, high in carbohydrate diet is 68%, which has a negative impact on and directly leads to blood sugar issues, insulin, metabolism, cancer, obesity, heart disease. So we took this out of our culture, we took this out of our diet, and what do we have? Did we get leaner and stronger and more healthy and less sickness and disease and crime in our cities? No. We got more. We got fatter, we got overweight, we got more disease, and again, it just didn't work.
Dear Diary, today I feel very sad and I want to eat everything.
The problem is that we are not eating food anymore. We are eating food like products. And they are adorned. They are made to look better and smell better so that people are attracted to them.
It's not your fault. You're programmed to put on fat whenever there is food available. But now there's a lot of food available, but it's the wrong kind.
Sugar is in everything. In America, we're eating about 22 teaspoons of sugar a day.
Even the milk hasn't escaped. So let me just show you. One kid, just the 5 years of elementary school, sugar, just from milk.
You might as well be rolling up the kid's sleeve and putting in heroin, because it's the same.
The marketing essentially lies to you because it presents you with the promise you're going to be sexy and popular and cool, but in reality, you're going to be obese and miserable and sick.
Nothing else does it in your brain quite like a Diet Cola. And that's because there's a deadly combination there of aspartame and caffeine.
I think most people believe the FDA actually has their own scientists that do this analysis, but that nothing could be further from the truth.
If I was in the food industry, what am I looking to do? I want to sell you more food. They're into just selling a market.
You can lose weight on a diet, but it's a little bit like borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. I mean, you can get 10 pounds off your body through sheer force, but you're going to have to pay back with interest.
People know this, so why are highly intelligent people not stopping? Because they don't know the nature of the trap.
The whole dieting paradigm is flawed.
I was 31 when I realized I don't know how to take care of myself and I am sick. So I had to go back and learn all the things that I wish I had known as a child.
I tried everything. I did witch doctors, I did mud baths, acupuncture, I did the lot. The one thing which I was really afraid to face up to was changing what I put into my mouth.
I never heard of a raw food restaurant. Raw food, how do you cook raw food? I thought vegan was a planet.
I was over 400 pounds, and I had very bad sleep apnea. I was borderline type 2 diabetic.
Cleansing and detoxification will make you lose weight, will make your eyes white, will make your skin glow.
If somebody's got beautiful skin, it invites us to a deeper understanding about what's going on inside their body.
What we're talking about is a real diet in the sense of what a species eats. When we get onto our real diet, we don't have to think about these things anymore.
What do you think the body's going to do? It's not going to reject this at all. It's going to look and say, now I'm on board. Now you're good to me, let me shine for you.
Healthy fat is essential. You need fat. Everybody point to yourself and say, I need fat. I need fat. You need fat. You need fat. The reason why you're not healthy or not able to lose weight or not having the energy you want is because you don't have enough fat. And that may be blasphemous in some parts of where you live, the concept, right? What do you mean? No, I'm telling you, you need fat. Some of you, your moods would improve greatly if you just ate butter. You know? Just eat some butter, would you? You're driving me crazy, right? But look at this, though. If I had a vitamin, now we all love our pills, whether it's vitamins or whatever it is, right? And if I had a vitamin, and I said, hey, it's going to build the cell membranes, it's going to absorb vitamins better, it's going to cushion your vital organs, it's going to protect you from extreme temperatures, right? It's going to regulate and make the building blocks of your hormones work better. It's going to shrink inflammation, right? Which inflammation causes 90% of all chronic disease. Right, Mrs. Arve? That's a test question we had to know. Okay? It allows proper cell detoxification and makes up as much as 70% of brain tissue. So low fat, but why is Alzheimer's and dementia and Parkinson's and cognitive dysfunction in school grades plummeting like never seen before, but yeah, we're sticking to our low-fat diets, right? That you need fat. Again, say, I need fat. I need fat. But is all fat the same? No, it's not. And so the culprit is bad fat. So when you go home, look at everything in your house, especially food, okay? Or somewhat you bought at a grocery store. It may not be food, but you bought it there, right? If you see hydrogenated, or hey, it's only partially hydrogenated oils, it doesn't belong in your body anymore. Okay? Get rid of it. It's not food. You've been lied to. It's going to cause all the things that bad fats cause. So it may not say hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated like in Jif or Skippy or Peter Pan peanut butter. It's there. It's in your breads. It's in your grain. It's anything in a box. Anything that lasts longer than 30 days in your cupboard. Okay? It's there. Right? So it may show up as cottonseed oil. It may show up as soybean oil or corn oil or canola oil or vegetable oil. Now you got to be careful because there's health food stores that still sell this. Just because it's in a health food store doesn't mean it's good for you. It's not your friend. Right? There's a typo in here, and I'll show it to you in a minute. And I researched it, and some of their websites we're still saying that canola oil is good for your heart. It's not. It's rancid oil, and canola stands for Canadian Acidic Oil Company. That's what it stands for, canola. There's no such thing as a canola plant. It's manufactured, but you got to read. You got to read your hummus. Make sure it says olive oil, not canola oil. Okay? It's not your friend, right? And again, practically everything, every bread, every cracker, every cookie, every boxed food is trans fats. And again, margarine and synthetic butters. Okay? So again, are you smarter than a bug? That's what I want you to understand. Okay? Now, this is margarine right here, right? But what did the bugs pick? Butter. The butter, the real food. Okay? Now the reason why they picked this is because they don't have any TVs. They don't have Wi-Fi. They didn't know that low fat is better for you, right? But innately, bugs, animals eat food. And you could put out raw milk versus homogenized milk. You could put it out there, the difference. And the animals or the bugs or what's natural will always rot and decay, and that just stays there. We used to have it. We don't have it anymore. We took French fries and we took a hamburger and we put it under glass. Right? How long did it last? Years. Years. And it looked the same way it did the day we bought it. The bread never molded. The cheese never molded. Why? Because it's really not bread. It's really not cheese. Really not meat. It never molded for years under glass. Finally, we just got to start tired of looking at it and just threw it away. Like, okay, point taken, right? So the bugs know this. All right? So be as smart as a bug. Only eat real food. Okay? So what can you eat? You want healthy oil. So everything that has hydrogenated, all those things we just talked about, okay? Get these out of your house. Right? Get them out of your house. They don't belong there. Get them out. Okay? Pitch them. Have a pitch fit. But what do you put back in place? Well, you can have coconut oil, which is good for cooking. It's good for butter. It's good for everything. Okay? Put it on your skin, you know, keeps you young looking and all that stuff, right? Grapeseed oil is your friend. Olive oil is your friend. Okay? Avocado oil is good for cooking. This is the typo. Avocado oil belongs up here. Okay? It has this high smoke rate. So butter like smokes at 350 or 300. Olive oil smokes at about 350, 300. What I read, and I just read it again, is avocado oil will smoke at about 500. So it tolerates high heat very well. And so does coconut oil as well. So you want to cook with coconut oil or avocado oil, depending on where you want. Again, we saw it at Costco. You can get it. It's good. You know, you want it organic. You know, pressed. You know, all that stuff on there. Good. But what can you put on your salads? Walnuts, flax seeds, avocado oil again, or olive oil, cod liver oil. Okay, not on your salad, but very good. You know, hemp seed oil. All these things are good fats. When you put this in your body, you're actually going to get healthy, right? And how much of this can you eat? As much as your body will tolerate. Trust me, my body tells me that I had too much olive oil. Okay? And it's not pretty. I lay there in the middle of the night, I got this slick down me going, oh, I had too much olive oil. So in moderation, again, your body is smart. It'll tell you when you had enough. Yes?
Okay, I had bought this Bragberry, and it's got blueberries and some other things in it with the vinegar stuff.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, and it's got a great flavor. And
right.
You know, it doesn't have all that other junk in it.
Right. Yeah, it's a good drink to put on. Yeah. So just read the ingredients. As long as it doesn't have the sugars in there or the fillers.
It's got the juice from the blueberries.
Right. Right. No, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. So as far as getting the healthy oils in your body, fill your house up with this stuff. And the thing is, like right now, whose tummy's happy right now? Yeah. You know, and is that how it usually is when you eat? Usually it's like, I just keep it going, right? And eventually that Ben & Jerry's demon attacks you at late at night, okay? But again, now, does red meat cause cancer? See, the vegetarians will yell at us, the cancer people, don't eat that red meat, it causes cancer. Meat, animals that have been fed grains and genetically modified foods, have been filled up with antibiotics and stuff like that, where that meat is no longer really food. Now, it may be red, it may be cut, may call it meat in the store, but when you eat it, your body doesn't recognize it as food. What's even worse, when you heat that meat up and you eat it, all those toxins then get released inside your body, and that's when a good fat now becomes a bad fat. And that's what causes the disease process and the arteries plaquing and the brain function and things like that. So fats and meats cause heart disease, cancer, osteoporosis, and kidney disease. That's what they say. Truth is that when your ratios are off. So why do we want our beef grass-fed and grass-finished? Because idealistically, you want a ratio of 2 to 1. 2 omega-6 to 1 omega-3. That's the ratio, okay? The average American's ratio is 15 to 1 or even 20 to 1. The further your ratio is, so the more omega-6 you have in your body compared to omega-3s, that sets forth a chronic disease process inside your body. So things that are bad fats may be 40 to 1, 50 to 1, 60 to 1. The ratios are way off. Grain-fed meats or meat, fish not caught in the wild or chicken not raised naturally has a fat ratio of like 25:1. So I don't want to put that in my body. I want to put meat in my body. It more has a ratio of 4:1, 6:1, 2:1 ratio, because then my body can take that fat and use it for health. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. It's all in the ratio. So again, when you go to Costco or you go somewhere and you buy fish oils, your ratio, you have no idea what that ratio is. And ask them, they may not know it. One of the ways I get the fats in my body is with this perfect ratio omega. This is a 2:1 ratio. So I know when I put this in my body, it's getting fat into my brain, fat into my joints, fat into my heart, fat into my lungs, fat into my liver, and now that perfect ratio is having a positive effect on my body. My diet may not be the best, but this is, and it gives me what I need, and that's what I use as far as making sure I'm getting the good ratios in my body, right? The other thing we do, and Mrs. Aubrey loves this as well, is you all have this half sheet right here from Corner Post Meats. This is grass-finished beef and lamb, pasture-raised chicken and pork, right? And you can buy it by the cut, value packs, bulk, and again, it's you get different discounts. And basically, what you do is you order it, right? Who's here done this so far? Was it good, Nita?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, yeah.
We've done it. So you place the order. I think by March 9th, I want to say it's up there, and then on Tuesday, the 11th of March, you pick it up here.
Yeah.
And again, go online. This is your clicker. Check it out. The prices are cheaper than most health food stores, but the quality is through the roof. And these are good people. I trust them. It's good stuff. This is where we get our ground beef from. And you can buy a whole cow if you want to. And if you don't have that, you can all share a cow if you want to. Or a lamb, however that works. Or chickens, you buy whole chickens. But this is where we've been getting our meat from. And we like it. And it's easy. And you can pick it up right here. We pass that savings on to you. Okay? Again, why is grass-fed, grass-finished better for you? Because it has better ratios. You get the good fats in your body. And it actually has a healing effect on you. Does that make sense? And if you've been eating this way for a while, and you go out to dinner some way, and you have a steak or something, and you eat it, and you go, that cow was not grass fed, nor was that cow grain finished. And you can actually taste it after a while. But it's fun. So, and again, vitamin D deficiencies from a lack of sunshine causes it. Saturated fat is important to the cellular level. It doesn't cause heart disease. It actually helps prevent it. So we tell people, where do you start first in spending money? Change your meats to healthy meats, to grass-fed meats. Don't worry about if your fruit or your vegetables aren't organic. You can scrub them, you can clean them, that's okay. But in your meats, you have to make sure it's grass-fed and grass-finished. That's where I would start first. Making that change will have the biggest impact on your health.
Dear Diary, today I feel very sad and I want to eat everything.
The problem is that we are not eating food anymore. We are eating food like products. And they are adorned. They are made to look better and smell better so that people are attracted to them.
It's not your fault. You're programmed to put on fat whenever there is food available. But now there's a lot of food available, but it's the wrong kind.
Sugar is in everything. In America, we're eating about 22 teaspoons of sugar a day.
Even the milk hasn't escaped. So, let me just show you. One kid, just the 5 years of elementary school, sugar, just from milk.
You might as well be rolling up the kid's sleeve and putting in heroin, because it's the same.
The marketing essentially lies to you because it presents you with the promise you're going to be sexy and popular and cool, but in reality, you're going to be obese and miserable and sick.
Nothing else does it in your brain quite like a Diet Cola. And that's because there's a deadly combination there of aspartame and caffeine.
I think most people believe the FDA actually has their own scientists that do this analysis, but nothing could be further from the truth.
If I was in the food industry, what am I looking to do? I want to sell you more food. They're into just selling a market.
You can lose weight on a diet, but it's a little bit like borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. I mean, you can get 10 pounds off your body through sheer force, but you're going to have to pay back with interest.
People know this, so why are highly intelligent people not stopping? Because they don't know the nature of the trap.
The whole dieting paradigm is flawed.
I was 31 when I realized I don't know how to take care of myself and I am sick. So I had to go back and learn all the things that I wish I had known as a child.
I tried everything. I did witch doctors, I did mud baths, acupuncture, I did the lot. The one thing which I was really afraid to face up to was changing what I put into my mouth.
I've never heard of a raw food restaurant. Raw food, how do you cook raw food? I thought vegan was a planet.
I was over 400 pounds, and I had very bad sleep apnea. I was borderline type 2 diabetic.
Cleansing and detoxification will make you lose weight, will make your eyes white, will make your skin glow.
If somebody's got beautiful skin, it invites us to a deeper understanding about what's going on inside their body.
What we're talking about is a real diet in the sense of what a species eats. When we get onto our real diet, we don't have to think about these things anymore.
What do you think the body's going to do? It's not going to reject this at all. It's going to look and say, now I'm on board. Now you're good to me, let me shine for you.
Vegetarian diet, like, ooh, I should buy these. That doesn't tell me anything. It's
Right.
it's a marketing ploy, right? So you want them that are free range. You want them that have been eating bugs and be able to run around and things like
It can say
that.
on there cage-free, is that the same?
Same thing, cage-free.
Okay,
Yep,
cage-free.
yep, yep.
Okay.
And yes, Mrs. Arbe, go ahead. She's gonna.
Not really.
Not
it's
really.
Not, it's not cage-free means that they can be running around a warehouse.
Yeah.
So it can still mean that. So it's.
None of them say range-free though.
They do, but they have twice the price.
But they're-
You have to,
yes.
yeah.
For 12 days.
Where do you
Yes.
get them range?
They have, King Super actually does have range. And it says free range. Free range. Yes.
Yeah.
And cage-free is not the same, but it still beats the other stuff.
Sure. Right.
So
So
cage-free
it's-
could mean they could let them out for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
They kill them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and same thing with grass-fed. Grass-fed means they could chop the grass a year ago, feed it to the cow while it's still stuck in its pen. So you have to watch how it says grass-fed, grain-finished too as well. So you just got to read, note, do some research on the people, see how. Because again, what used to be organic 10 years ago, they've changed the rules. It may say organic, but it's not the same stuff. So you really, it's we really have to kind of band together and say, okay, I tried this, I tried that. Like agave. I don't know yet if agave is good or not. I don't know if it's high fructose corn syrup or not. It doesn't come from very reliable sources where there's no regulation, so I don't know. So I don't use it. I don't really talk about it because I really don't have enough. Too many conflicting reports on that. So I'm not a big fan of agave. I don't use it. If anything, we use honey and different sweeteners and things like that. Yes.
We've seen and we bought grass-fed hamburger and from Walmart, and also they have it at Kings and Safeway. I wondered, is that any good?
As long as it's grass finished, and I doubt it's grass finished.
I went and asked, I went to Wally's Meats, and they had grass-fed meat, and I also went to Whole Foods. There's different levels of that, and grass-fed is number 4, but it doesn't mean that it's grass-finished. Grass-finished is number 5.
Right.
And most of theirs are 4, which means they're grass-fed until they go in the end, the last 90 days or whatever. So.
And it basically ruins the meat. Then I wouldn't, because they jacked the price up on you, right?
Oh, it's very expensive.
And I would not spend the money on a grass-fed, grain-finished cow. Well, it's almost like yes, Mrs. Harvey.
Even Coleman's, I called them and asked them how they finish their meat. And they still finish it vegetarian, but there could be some grain in the end. So they did the same thing.
Yeah. You think I get fired up? Get her started. She's a fire plug. Yes, Charlotte.
Is at the last 60 or 90 days before they kill them, that's when they really load them up with antibiotics and
Yeah.
chemical junk?
Yeah. So basically, it's like, that's fine. We'll grass-feed that cow for the first how many
So
years?
they put on the label
And then they just ruin it. And you know why? You know why they harvest these cows in less than 5 years? All the cows you eat are less than 5 years old. Because after 5 years of that, they get chronic diseases, and they basically they get arthritis. They get everything we get as Americans. So that's why they can't live. They don't live that long. Yeah. So good.
One more.
Yes.
Okay, in the old days, we could gather the eggs, and then we didn't have refrigerators. Well, how do we keep our eggs? They just laid on the table.
Right.
On the counter.
Yeah.
So the reason they have to be refrigerated is because they're allowed 2 to 3 months to be in shipping or hanging around in a warehouse, or they're old.
Yeah. So again, so as far as the eggs go, we've looked at different ones. We don't like the ones that are injected with omega-3s and blah, blah, blah. I just want eggs. We do our best. I don't spend $5 on a dozen eggs. We kind of keep it with, with where it's at. You find your price point, So commercial dairy, again, it's not what you ate or what you drink. It's what you drink as drunk or what you ate as ate, all right? So again, conventional dairy, commercial dairy is loaded with antibiotics, growth hormones, considerable amounts of pus, processed with high heat, denaturing proteins, right? Welcome to recipe night, right?
Yeah.
And again, what do you do about that? Well, first of all, if you're doing powdered milk, time to switch to organic milk, organic whole fat milk, right? If you're ready, again, we have 6 kids in our, well, we don't have 6 kids. We have 6 people in our house, okay, and one in Bolivia. Yay,
Counting you, right?
No, yeah, exactly. But we go through maybe barely a half a gallon of milk a week, if that, and it's raw milk. We bought a share of a cow up with Johnson's Acres. We go by, and Mrs. Harvey picks up our half a gallon of milk. Tastes really good. The kids, again, I'm a dad. 2 of my kids here tonight were eating this food. No one passed out. So, it's moderation. So my tip to you is, whatever it is you love, find the healthiest version of it and eat it that way. Whatever it is, that's a good start. So if you have to have your milk, get it raw. If you have to have cheese, get it raw, the way they've done it on the farm for years, right? These dairy farmers, they don't have heart disease, cancer, and all these different things. They're healthy. They're scrapping, all these farmers, right? Okay? So again, organic is better, raw. Other options? How about almond milk or coconut milk? That's good too. That's good stuff too, right? Yeah. And again, what else can you do? So people talk about calories. Well, I'm counting calories. If you listen to the radio programs, there's a therapist, Lisa. And when I first met her, she's like, I do 900 calories a day. And she was so locked into her counting her calories. And she was trying to lose weight, right? And she's like, I'm going to lose a pound a month. And I'm going to count my calories. And basically, she was doing it, but she was miserable, right? And so for this 30 days, she's not counting calories. And she's lost almost over 10 pounds right now, just in the first 2 weeks. And she can't believe it. And she's like, she's following the diet right. Like if I say, oh, you can have apples. If apples aren't on day 15, she's not eating apples. She's like following it. She's like to the T. And I'm like, well, go for it, And some of you, guess what? I'm not going to blame you. I'm going to stick to the plan. I'm that way. All or nothing. There is no moderation. I don't do anything in moderation. Why don't you eat donuts, Dr. Joe? Why can't you just have one? No. If 6 come in a box, that means I have to eat 6, right? Not just one. Save it. Oh no. There's moderation. So ask my wife. It's like I can't. I'm just gonna have to stick to it. And I'm that way too. But avocados are your friends. Coconuts, raw nuts, seeds, and oils. Eat it. Some of you need to go on a binge of just avocados, right? And put it in your body. Well, I'll get fat. No, you won't. You're gonna get healthy. You're gonna burn fat. And eventually, when your body's had enough of it, you'll go, I'm good. I don't want any more right now. Okay. So again, and what can you do as you're transitioning your diet over? Again, there's research all across the boards. And not all fish oils are the same. You want the right ratio. So before you go and just buy more fish oil, because I said, okay, got to have fish oils, make sure the ratio is good. 4-to-1, 3-to-1, 2-to-1, right? When we looked for a good ratio as we're learning this about heart disease, different diseases, and trying to fix ourselves, we couldn't find anything out there that had a 2-to-1 ratio. So we made our own. And we figured, well, it's good for us, it's good for our patients. So that's what makes ours different. Yeah, you can go to King Soopers, yeah, you can go to Costco and find it a little cheaper, but you're not going to get the same results. Yes?
Is there a 2-to-1 for children?
Yeah, this one here. Our kids take this. Now, if you can't swallow pills, then the Carlson's cod liver oil in the liquid, you can do that. And she drinks it straight. She's from Norwegian. So, so you can buy it in liquid forms. Check the ratios, different things out there. Talking about that for children, I can help you with some things there. Yeah, but getting those fatty ratios in there. So make sure they're eating avocados and nuts and seeds, getting it in that way. Yeah, it's good stuff. And you would be amazed at how kids' brains function better in inflammation and heart disease. I mean, they did research on just getting your ratios in order / heart disease by 90%. Just by bringing back your omega-6 to omega-3 ratios back, And again, when you get good fat in your body and you reduce your levels of heart disease, what does that do for your future? That's good stuff, right? And now who's in charge of your health? You are. So now you're taking back your health. Okay? And so this is what we love. And tonight, if you want it, we've got a couple bottles back there. Everything's 15% off tonight. So go ahead and get Leah, is that including books?
No.
Okay, just not the books. She's the bean counter. She runs all that. 15% off. If we don't have it, you still get 15% off. It'll be in this week. We'll order it for you. Okay? So again, that's what I want you to understand about fats. Okay? Everything is in. There's a good magazine for you here. The meats are good. Get a cruise ship book if you don't have it yet. The last thing I want to leave you with is yes, question.
Sorry, quick question. On the omegas, does anyone else have a problem of burping up the fish?
Good. I'm glad you brought that up.
Breakfast, it's pretty nasty.
Yeah. So I'm glad. So fish burps. Okay, what do? Okay, you burp and you blame the person next to you. Man, look at that. You can try to refrigerate it. Okay?
Yeah.
You can try to refrigerate it, and that may cut down on the burps. Take one at a time. I take 3 or 4 at a time, and I don't have a problem with it. It all depends on your digestive system. Yes, Mrs. Arvid?
I have to have enough food in my system to take it.
Okay.
If I have enough breakfast, then I'll burp. But if I have enough breakfast, then I won't burp.
So don't take them on an empty stomach. That may help you helpful too.
I use a drop or 2 of limonene. It dissolves.
Okay.
Dissolves it.
For the lemon? Could you use lemon water as well too?
No.
Okay.
It has to be strong.
Strong lemon, yes.
I drink a glass of almond milk with it.
There you go. And so, again, all different things. Because, you don't want the fish burps.
Dolores also pops the pill. She breaks the seal.
I have to bite them. I have to bite them because I choked on a pill one time.
Oh, man.
So I have problems with them.
Or you can get the liquid, the Carlson's is a good brand. It has a better ratio than some. Nordic Naturals, I think, is another brand. They're like 4 to 1, though. They're not 2 to 1. But I just choke it down and, get through it. Don't do too much, though. I'm guilty of that. I'm the whatever I tell you guys to do, I've already lived it on purpose, okay? Mrs. Arby last, I'm like, oh, too much fish oils. She's like,
Dear Diary, today I feel very sad and I want to eat everything.
The problem is that we are not eating food anymore. We are eating food like products. And they are adorned. They are made to look better and smell better so that people are attracted to them.
It's not your fault. You're programmed to put on fat whenever there is food available. But now there's a lot of food available, but it's the wrong kind.
Sugar is in everything. In America, we're eating about 22 teaspoons of sugar a day.
Even the milk hasn't escaped. So, let me just show you. One kid, just the 5 years of elementary school, sugar, just from milk.
You might as well be rolling up the kid's sleeve and putting in heroin, because it's the same.
The marketing essentially lies to you because it presents you with the promise you're going to be sexy and popular and cool, but in reality, you're going to be obese and miserable and sick.
Nothing else does it in your brain quite like a Diet Cola. And that's because there's a deadly combination there of aspartame and caffeine.
I think most people believe the FDA actually has their own scientists that do this analysis, but nothing could be further from the truth.
If I was in the food industry, what am I looking to do? I want to sell you more food. They're into just selling and marketing.
You can lose weight on a diet, but it's a little bit like borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. I mean, you can get 10 pounds off your body through sheer force, but you're going to have to pay back with interest.
People know this, so why are highly intelligent people not stopping? Because they don't know the nature of the trap.
The whole dieting paradigm is flawed.
I was 31 when I realized I don't know how to take care of myself, and I am sick. So I had to go back and learn all the things that I wish I had known as a child.
I tried everything. I did witch doctors, I did mud baths, acupuncture, I did the lot. The one thing which I was really afraid to face up to was changing what I put into my mouth.
I've never heard of a raw food restaurant. Raw food, how do you cook raw food? I thought vegan was a planet.
I was over 400 pounds, and I had very bad sleep apnea. I was borderline type 2 diabetic.
Cleansing and detoxification will make you lose weight, will make your eyes white, will make your skin glow.
If somebody's got beautiful skin, it invites us to a deeper understanding about what's going on inside their body.
What we're talking about is a real diet in the sense of what a species eats. When we get onto our real diet, we don't have to think about these things anymore.
What do you think the body's going to do? It's not going to reject this at all. It's going to look and say, now I'm on board. Now you're good to me, let me shine for you.
Silly? I told you not to do it. So here's the thing. What I want to leave you with is the power that makes us all work. So when it comes to the fats, when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to the exercise, some of you have done that already and you're stuck. And if you're not checking this one final ingredient in your nerve system, that may be the issue. Because the reason why I'm a chiropractor isn't because I like pulling on spines or because I flunked out of medical school or whatever you guys say about me when I'm not around. Okay? The reason why I'm a chiropractor is because I understand there are 5 essentials. How many? 5. There's not 4. Okay, people who exercise a lot still sometimes have heart attacks. People who eat organic still get cancer and they don't make it, right? People who are happy, the perfect person in the world, still follow these things. And so there's 4 essentials that when you do those really well, you're still not protected. There's the 1 essential if you do it really well. The other 4 kind of give you grace because it's not fair. Why is it, Dr. Joe, that Uncle Eddie, my Uncle Eddie, right, smokes every day, drinks every day, and we're going to his 85th birthday, right? He never been to the doctor. He never gets sick. What's up with that? Well, let me share that with you. It's about his nerve system. Okay, it's about his nerve system. That his brain is talking better to his body than people who have sickness and disease, okay, or have health issues, right? And usually they're thin. Aunt Martha or Uncle Eddie, we all maybe have one in the family, right? Okay? And so I wish it was cut and dry. If you're nice and you go to church and you eat healthy food, you live the best. And if you eat bad and cuss and hang out with those that do, then you live, then you'd be cut and dry, right? Black and white. Well, no wonder you got that, right? But what happens when it's the opposite, right? It doesn't make any sense. That person did not deserve to get cancer. That person didn't deserve to get heart disease. And that person didn't deserve to live that long because they're not a very nice person. It's all about the nerve system. Because in your biology, everybody say biology, okay? Basically, you can go how long without food?
3 days.
So, a month. Yeah, and me? 12 hours, 5 hours. So as good as this is, right, you could go a month without it. If you watch Survivor, you see that, right? But what's more important than food is water. Good, you guys are learning how to read the slides perfectly, okay? So you can go a few days without water. So water's more important than food, okay? And again, this is why these essentials are so key. You can go a few minutes without air. You need air, right? So air is more important than water and food. But nerve supply, you can't go 1 second without nerve supply. And the thing about nerve supply is this. If I step on a hose that goes to the grass, your grass, what's going to happen to your grass? It's going to die. Now here's the crazy thing. I wish the minute the hose got pinched, the grass would die overnight. Because then you would know, right? But does the grass die overnight? No. It goes through a process, right? So when's your grass in trouble? The minute it starts to look brown or the minute I stepped on the hose? Yeah. So the problem is we're walking around with pinching on our nerves and we don't even know it because we feel what? Feel fine. So that's the problem. Everybody's walking around with pinches on their hose and their grass ain't that bad, so why do something about it? And I'm saying in the hierarchy of life, it's because your nerve system is number one. And again, if your body's not metabolizing, if your thyroid is sluggish, if your metabolism is sluggish, it may be a nerve problem. Because if the pressure's on the hose to those digestive organs, they're not going to work like they're supposed to, no matter how much food you eat or don't eat. Okay? Everything I just said tonight, you don't throw it out, but the thing is that it's not going to work the way it should unless you have the nerve supply going through your body. Okay? And those of you that are getting adjusted and doing the 28-day challenge, you're going to get the best results. Because now you got 5 for you, not 2 or not 3. Okay? And so, and again, Christopher Reeves, a patient asked me to use this as an example to people because this is what really talked to her. What's the difference between this guy and this guy? Did he blow his diet? Did he lost some nerve flow, right? It wasn't that he stopped exercising or got really grumpy or got toxic. He hurt his nerves, and that's what shut his life down. In his case, it was fast, yeah. But in many people's cases, it's slow because, again, when I step on the hose, you don't notice the brown grass until it's too late. And unfortunately, what you're told is when your grass starts going brown, you hire all these fancy organic landscapers, or you get organic landscaping to work on the grass and never get to the cause of the problem, right? And so, again, every nerve that comes off your spinal cord goes to a particular part of your body. Did you know that? So from conception to birth, this power off the nerve supply is what makes you together, knits you together, your mama's belly. And then once you're delivered, for the next 120 years, that power keeps every organ, every muscle, every system free of disease, free of sickness, and it keeps you vitally strong and healthy. That's what it's supposed to do. But do things interfere with that? Yes. What interferes with it? Well, the day you're born. How'd you come out? Doctor yanked you out, right? So within the first year of life, you got a vertebrae twisted out of alignment, affecting this power. Then how's your diet? Then how's your exercise? Then how's the toxins going in your body? Then how are you doing as far as you watch TV and think about who you are, right? You know? So when you blow those 5 essentials, because this is the fuse box that runs you. And so again, if you have Dr. A, and Dr. A says, for the next year I'm going to take care of you. I want you to come into me whenever you hurt. And when you hurt, I'll give you something for the pain. Okay? I'll either massage you, or I will give you vitamins for the pain, or I'll give you medication for the pain, or shots for the pain, or surgery for the pain. Okay? That's Dr. A. 1 year of care. Okay? Or 5 years of care. Let's say 5 years of care. Dr. B is a maximized living doctor. You come to me, we're going to check your nerve system. We'll get the pressure off of that. We'll give you exercises to keep the pressure off. And then I'm going to teach you how to eat. I'm going to take you shopping. I'm going to show you how to eat. I'm going to email you cookbook recipes. You're going to work out with me once a week, if not more. I'm going to help you detox. I'm going to tell you what vitamins you need and don't need. I'm going to help. If I see something going on, I'm going to say, why aren't you smiling today? What's wrong with you? Right? I get on you, right? Where's your smile? Where's your happy at, right? What's going on? You know, and then do that with me for 5 years. Who's going to be healthier? Doctors A patients or Doctors B patients? I mean, think about that. You know, we're all fighting over duct tape to put over the oil light and having the government pay for that, but no one's talking about putting oil back in the engine, right? So this doctor says, oh, your oil light's on. You have a pain. Duct tape. Right? This doctor says, oh, you have an oil light on. Silly, you're low on oil. Put oil in. What happens to the oil light? It goes out. Why does it go out? That's how the car was made. Same thing with you. You're not anything different, right? I do go crazy because it's that simple. I'm like, you know, that's Mrs. Harvey. I yell at the TV sometimes when these commercials come on, okay? But don't take my word. What's the research say? That when you follow Dr. B is crazy. You may not have any concept, right? That's okay. It's not your fault, but there's another world out there. 60% fewer hospital admissions, 59% less days in the hospital, 62 less outpatient surgeries, 85% less pharmaceutical costs. Why does Dr. B's patients have these kind of statistics?
Because their nerve supply is on.
They're healthy. It's not because I lock you in a cage and say you can't go anymore. Suck it up. You know what I'm saying? I hate drugs. That's not good enough to protect you. Well, I hate doctors. That's not good enough either, because eventually you're going to be there, right? The reason why these are here is because these people get healthy. I have a picture of Jack LaLanne on the wall for a reason. That's for to say that's how I should be, minus the jumpsuit. Okay? He's 70 years old there. 70 years old. Why? Because he's been living this lifestyle for all his life. And he lived a good life, right? That's normal. He's not weird. And all of you have that same promise. So when you see that picture, you say, I claim that promise for me.
Dear Diary, today I feel very sad and I want to eat everything.
The problem is that we are not eating food anymore. We are eating food like products. And they are adorned. They are made to look better and smell better so that people are attracted to them.
It's not your fault. You're programmed to put on fat whenever there is food available. But now there's a lot of food available, but it's the wrong kind.
Sugar is in everything. In America, we're eating about 22 teaspoons of sugar a day.
Even the milk hasn't escaped. So, let me just show you. One kid, just the 5 years of elementary school, sugar, just from milk.
You might as well be rolling up the kid's sleeve and putting in heroin, because it's the same.
The marketing essentially lies to you because it presents you with the promise you're going to be sexy and popular and cool, but in reality, you're going to be obese and miserable and sick.
Nothing else does it in your brain quite like a Diet Cola. And that's because there's a deadly combination there of aspartame and caffeine.
I think most people believe the FDA actually has their own scientists that do this analysis, but that nothing could be further from the truth.
If I was in the food industry, what am I looking to do? I want to sell you more food. They're into just selling and marketing.
You can lose weight on a diet, but it's a little bit like borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. I mean, you can get 10 pounds off your body through sheer force, but you're going to have to pay back with interest.
People know this, so why are highly intelligent people not stopping? Because they don't know the nature of the trap.
The whole dieting paradigm is flawed.
I was 31 when I realized I don't know how to take care of myself and I am sick. So I had to go back and learn all the things that I wish I had known as a child.
I tried everything. I did witch doctors, I did mud baths, acupuncture, I did the lot. The one thing which I was really afraid to face up to was changing what I put into my mouth.
I never heard of a raw food restaurant. Raw food, how do you cook raw food? I thought vegan was a planet.
I was over 400 pounds, and I had very bad sleep apnea. I was borderline type 2 diabetic.
Cleansing and detoxification will make you lose weight, will make your eyes white, will make your skin glow.
If somebody's got beautiful skin, it invites us to a deeper understanding about what's going on inside their body.
What we're talking about is a real diet in the sense of what a species eats. When we get onto our real diet, we don't have to think about these things anymore.
What do you think the body's going to do? It's not going to reject this at all. It's going to look and say, now I'm on board. Now you're good to me, let me shine for you.
This is Hazel. This stuff works. Come on up, Miss Hazel. Because Hazel doesn't look like that anymore, does she? Everybody give Hazel a hand, please. Because that's not Hazel anymore. Right? Who's that? That's who you used to be. No, because now, there you are, right? So share with people, what happened? What did you do? You lost 95 pounds in 12 months? Well, and now it's 97 pounds. So please share.
Well, first off, I want to say that I already reached my goal because I reached my goal the day I started this journey. And so my other goal is to lose 100 pounds, and I'm 3 pounds away from that. In the air in a couple of weeks, and you think, where is that coming from? It's probably me when I get on the scale, and it says 145. So anyway, what happened was God got a hold of my heart on this thing. My big why is I want to be His proof. I tell everybody, I work at church in the prayer ministry, and I tell everybody that God breaks chains, and God can heal you, and God can help you. And I'm here to tell you, He got a hold of my heart that, well, if He breaks chains, how come I won't let Him break mine? Because I liked my addiction. I liked eating all the wrong things and all that stuff. But it was an addiction. If you see an alcoholic, you don't have trouble saying, oh, look, he's addicted to alcohol. If you see a druggie, you don't have trouble saying, oh, look, that guy's addicted. What about food? I was addicted to food. Was. My God breaks chains. I want to be His proof with all my heart. I want you to know that my God breaks chains. Look at where I was. He breaks chains. This really works. It really does. He's the same God for you He is for me, and He's willing to break yours, and He can and He will.
Amen. Yay. So that's why, how many essentials are there? 5. If you don't change this thing up here first and say enough's enough, it's willpower will not do that. You got to decide, okay, who I am, that's not really who I am. I have a promise, right? That's the promise. Again, does God love her any more or less? No. No. It's just now she believes how she was created to be. You have to believe that you are great. You are a champion. You are a champion. You're amazing. Okay? And if I don't think people come here anymore to get adjusted. They just come here to be told they're champions. They're amazing. This is the love you get, right? I can just stand here all day and say, hey, you're awesome. You're amazing. Good. See you next week, right? But again, if you're still living in chains of these symptoms, headaches, menstrual problems, blood pressure, depression, insomnia, again, are you supposed to have this? No, this is common, but this is not promised to you. You're not supposed to have that. This is not supposed to be going on. If you're having this, then there's damage somewhere, and it's in your nerve system. Okay? It's in your nerve system. And so if you have this, it's time to find out what the problem is, and that's why tonight, if you're a guest here, okay? Yes?
Dr. Harvard, I'm taking medication for depression.
Yeah.
And I've been on it for years. And so I want to get off of it.
Right.
But if I try, I withdraw.
Yeah, it's hard. So there's a process. And a lot of the nutrients we talk about, getting the good fats into your body, really will help with that process as you go. Yeah, and you're not the only one in this room, trust me. It's a process. But you can do it. You can do it. Okay? It's a process, definitely. Definitely. And so the thing is that we have to get you healthy. We have to declare, this is not true. This is not who I am. And now I'm on a journey to get better. And as you get healthy with the 5 essentials, then that begins to change as well. And we can work on that. So thank you for sharing that. Well, sure. Yes, definitely. So here's the thing I want to offer to guests. If you have not had your nerve system tested or checked in the last 6 months by a Maximize Living doctor, then when I'm done here, you're going to get up and go see Leah, and she'll make you an appointment, okay? I was really thinking about what I was going to do for today, and I'm going to offer the same offer, that your first visit is my gift to you. The thing is that who are we to know what we know and let money or anything get in the way? So your first visit's on me. Your examination, your x-rays, it's about $130 to $200. If you go to a medical doctor and get this kind of testing, it could cost you $250 to $500. But for tonight, it's only tonight, okay, if you make your appointment and get in this week, Leo said it for you, okay? We don't have a lot of room, but we have some room. We'll make room for you. And if you're serious and you want to get this checked out, then, you're not signing up for anything. You're just getting your nerve system checked to see what's going on. We'll do a test and find out if there's anything wrong with it. Then we'll bring you back and tell you. And then we'll do another test to find out what to take to fix whatever's there. And then we'll go over your x-rays with you, and then you decide on what direction you want to go. But again, I don't want anybody leaving here tonight without having an opportunity of getting the most powerful healing system in your body fixed or checked, and that's your nervous system, okay? And some of you have heard this message 5, 6, 7, 8 times. It's time to make the appointment tonight. You have nothing to lose, right? Some of you are patients here, and your family are still at home dying, if you would say, okay? Make the appointment for them and get them in and get them tested and get them checked, right? We'll be real nice about it. You don't have to start care if you don't want to. We just want to know what's going on, and we want to measure your nervous system and see where it's at, okay? So make the appointment with Leah. Leah, raise your hand. It's my oldest #1 daughter. Very good, okay. And raise your hand if you know somebody that should have been here tonight, okay? Not everybody raise their hand. Either you don't have any friends or I'm your only friend, right? Okay, good. So, what do? Let them not know about this truth? Here's what we do. I'm renting out Cinzettis, okay? Now, Cinzettis, why Cinzettis, right? Listen, you're finishing your 30-day challenge, right? You're going to be black belts. But now it's time to be tested. And so we're going to go to the greatest food ninja testing grounds there is, Cinzettis. And those of you who've been, you know what to expect. I'm going to challenge you on your first plate to just find meat and veggies. Right? And then I'm going to talk like I did tonight, and then I'm going to leave. And whatever you get afterwards is up between you and God. Okay? But again, am I saying in all this you can never have a calzone? You can never have... No, I'm not. I'm saying no. If your BMI is above 30, you've had enough calzones, okay? It's time to take a break. For cannoli, okay? It's time to take a break, right? Maybe 30, 60, 90 days. You won't die, okay? And then once you get healthy, then you can try little things or find a healthy version to make that stuff, right? Which we do. But what I want to do is I want you, everybody has a sheet right here, okay? And what I want you to do before you leave tonight is I want you to look in your cell phone at all your favorites. They're your favorites for a reason. And I want you to write down the names of the people that you want to bring to Cinzetti's, and your dinner is free and so is theirs. I'm paying the bill. Why do I do this? Listen, people are dying and they don't know the truth. Hosea says people perish for lack of knowledge, right? If you didn't know about the bad fats and good fats, no matter how hard you tried, you still be defeated. I want you to know the truth. Now you all have an obligation. So how can we know what we know and not want to share it with people and have compassion, right? Make a difference. Why I sponsored that little boy Ruben, who's going to be 9 on June 13th, is because you know what? Who's going out for him? I decided to go out for him. I may never meet him, I don't know. But I want him to know somebody cares about him. And so by you bringing people to Cinzetti's means, look, you care about me. And so make your list. Write their names down. You don't have to put their phone number on there like that. And then I'm going to email you an invite letter. You send it to them, you give it to them, right? You bring it to them, and we'll get them to Cinzetti's. We'll have fun, we'll laugh like tonight, and we'll have a good time. Okay? So, guests, go see Leah and make your appointment for you and your family. People, if you want, 50% off all product. I'll be around for a few minutes for questions. Make sure you get your plates. Make sure you finish up everything. You guys have been amazing. Give yourself a hand.
Dear Diary, today I feel very sad and I want to eat everything.
The problem is that we are not eating food anymore. We are eating food like products. And they are adorned. They are made to look better and smell better so that people are attracted to them.
It's not your fault. You're programmed to put on fat whenever there is food available. But now there's a lot of food available, but it's the wrong kind.
Sugar is in everything. In America, we're eating about 22 teaspoons of sugar a day.
Even the milk hasn't escaped. So, let me just show you. One kid, just the 5 years of elementary school, sugar, just from milk.
You might as well be rolling up the kid's sleeve and putting in heroin, because it's the same.
The marketing essentially lies to you because it presents you with the promise you're going to be sexy and popular and cool, but in reality, you're going to be obese and miserable and sick.
Nothing else does it in your brain quite like a Diet Cola. And that's because there's a deadly combination there of aspartame and caffeine.
I think most people believe the FDA actually has their own scientists that do this analysis, but nothing could be further from the truth.
If I was in the food industry, what am I looking to do? I want to sell you more food. They're into just selling a marketing.
You can lose weight on a diet, but it's a little bit like borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. I mean, you can get 10 pounds off your body through sheer force, but you're going to have to pay back with interest.
People know this, so why are highly intelligent people not stopping? Because they don't know the nature of the trap.
The whole dieting paradigm is flawed.
I was 31 when I realized I don't know how to take care of myself, and I am sick. So I had to go back and learn all the things that I wish I had known as a child.
I tried everything. I did witch doctors, I did mud baths, acupuncture, I did the lot. The one thing which I was really afraid to face up to was changing what I put into my mouth.
I've never heard of a raw food restaurant. Raw food, how do you cook raw food? I thought vegan was a planet.
I was over 400 pounds, and I had very bad sleep apnea. I was borderline type 2 diabetic.
Cleansing and detoxification will make you lose weight, will make your eyes white, will make your skin glow.
If somebody's got beautiful skin, it invites us to a deeper understanding about what's going on inside their body.
What we're talking about is a real diet in the sense of what a species eats. When we get onto our real diet, we don't have to think about these things anymore.
What do you think the body's going to do? It's not going to reject this at all. It's going to look and say, now I'm on board. Now you're good to me, let me shine for you.